Day 779, being Christopher Cruz, just got off a coaching call. I swear God is really testing me with some of these clients. Like, I feel like he's really, I just look up and I see that. Like, focus on me, Chris, not the storm. Focus on me, not the clients. Like, I just feel like he's really checking my heart to see, like, I'm going to send you people that you're just going to have to love them. You're just going to have to love them no matter what their attitude is when they get on the call, no matter what they're going through. You're just going to have to love them. And I'm doing a very good job at that. A very good job. I'm very proud of myself because there's part of me that's just like, I'm not doing this shit. There's my pride that's just like, like, yeah. Which is just like, okay, I just have to love people through their stuff. So yeah, it's just it's an interesting experience. And when I say interesting, it's challenging, but I'm not reacting how I always would. Like I'm really having a lot more compassion and self-awareness, and I'm really just consciously making a choice to just love people through their stuff. Yeah. It's 4:44 p.m. on November 22nd, 2022. 44444 and a ton of twos, if it means anything. But yeah, just like, all right, just love people exactly where they're at. And this is where, like, when Jesus said, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. If I'm here, which I am here to help millions of people, why would God send me millions of people if he can't trust me with the 15 people I'm helping now? Because God's going to send me, I know he's going to send me people from all walks of life, all different personalities, all different problems and challenges and struggles and all these different belief systems and everything. And so it's like, I know this is a test. And when you know something is a test, you can kind of perform better. You know, it's like when your boyfriend or girlfriend asks you a question and you know they're testing you. It's like when you know they're testing you, you're a little bit more cautious. You know, you're a little bit more aware of your answer. When you don't know they're testing you, just blurt it out. And so it's like, I feel like it's the same. When you know God is testing you, you're a little bit more careful. You're not as careless. You're not as flippant. You're just like, okay, hold on. Don't react. Pause. How is this part of the test? How can you pass this test? And so, yeah, some of these clients, I'm just like, it's a test. It's a challenge getting on these calls, you know, sometimes. Actually, it's not a challenge getting on the calls. It's a challenge staying on the calls sometimes. I mean, I've got on calls where they have horrible attitudes and like we pull them out of it. I've gotten on calls where someone's got two demons inside of her and they hate me and they want to tell me to go F off, and I have to work through that. I'm dealing with people who are trying to figure out how to pay for this, and I just have to love them through that. You know, they're doing the best they can, making small chunks, and dealing with clients who, you know, are bringing their egos to the table, dealing with clients who are really struggling with their lives, like deeply, you know, dealing with clients who are very depressed and anxious and just feel like their life is hopeless. It's just kind of a different level of stuff I'm dealing with each individual person. Which is, before it was just like, I don't know, it seemed like the clients are pretty easy to deal with. And I feel like these clients are much more work. But it's crazy because I'm doing like anywhere from like 3 to 5 calls a day and I'm not burnt out. Like, I feel like I should be, but I'm not. And I think it's because I'm growing. I can see my growth, like on this call. She's just like broke her ankle so bad like a week ago. And she gets on the call and she hasn't taken her pain pills, but she's like tired. I could tell she's tired. She's yawning. Her foot is in, her ankle's in like so much pain, and she hasn't taken her pain pills. So her just attitude is just kind of like meh. And I feed off of people's energy, and I'm very sensitive to people's energy. So just like loving her through that and just being patient with her and just being uplifting and joyful and shining my light, like just stuff like that, where it's like normally, like in the past, I'd just be like, listen, you got to change your attitude or we're going to reschedule the call. Like, we're not going to do this. Like, sorry, you're responsible for your attitude. I've given you everything you need to shift your attitude. And so when you get on these calls, I need you to be on point. Like, I'm not pulling you out. It's not my job to pull you out of that every call. This is purpose coaching. This is not mindset coaching. This is not life set coaching. So I need you to come to the table prepared and excited and ready to go, or we need to move the call. And that's what I would do in the past. And so people would be really like, okay, get on this call. Like, I'm serious about it. I'm going to make it happen. And now it's like that happens, and I'm just loving them through it. It's not like, hey, let's reschedule, get it together. Because the last time I did this call with her, she got on the call and she was just a nightmare, just miserable, just so pissed off at the world. And I almost got off the call. I was just like, I'm not doing this. Like, and we got to the end, her whole attitude shifted dramatically. She's laughing, she's having a good time. And she looked at me and she said, thank you for not giving up on me. And she had tears in her eyes. And I was like, all right, God, I get it. Like, this is a test. You're seeing if you can trust me with your people. And so I have a lot more patience and compassion and love. I'm just developing a lot more of just the ability to love people through where they're at. And this has only come in the last like 10 days. This is not like a common thing. This is like, when it comes to coaching, I'm pretty like, I can be pretty like direct and really real. But I think that's part of what has made me such a powerful coach for people, because I'm going to say things that no one else would say to them, but they need to hear. And so now I'm doing it. I'm just doing it with more love. And yeah, I just know God's watching. So, I mean, this is my view. So I look up and I'm like, all right, Jesus, I know you're testing me. Give me the strength to just love her as she yawns. Give me the strength to love her as she yawns. I know she's tired. She's exhausted. Her ankle's broken. She can't move. She hasn't taken her pain pills. Just help me breathe. And I'm just like, and then my ego's just like, hang up on her. This is bullshit. Like, hey, you better wake the F up. Like, I don't have time for this crap. Like, just going to town. And it's just the battle, like, just love him through it. And so thank God he's giving me a new level of understanding, a new level of just accepting people where they're at, which I've not really been very good at that in my life. So yeah, but I'm going through these exercises with people and it's life-changing. Like, we just did her false values, like what's actually running the show, pride, security, control, significance, things like that. And I look at it and I'm like, man, this is so brilliant, this stuff. And I haven't done a lot of my own coaching on myself. And I'm just like, Chris. And then I realized my whole life I put more time into helping and developing others than I have into helping and developing myself. And so I pour into these people, and I don't spend the same amount of time or energy pouring into myself. And what if I did? What would that look like? What would my life look like if I did that? So just an interesting that popped up during this call. So an interesting thing that popped up during this call. But I have another one, 8 minutes, got to get ready for. But yeah, God, just please give me the patience to just love people where they're at, to just love them where they're at. These two people today are some of the most challenging clients that I have right now. So Why I have them scheduled back to back, I have no idea. I didn't even realize it until today, this morning, and I'm like, all right, here we go. So this next one, it'll be a wild card. Like, we'll get on the call and she'll either be great or she'll be just, And so, yeah. Yep. So we shall see.